my man, how's it going?
Michael, my man, it is going great. I am here.
Oh, absolutely. How's your day going so far, man?
It's gone pretty well. I woke up fairly late, hit leg day, didn't want to. Absolutely sucked. No one was in there though, so they couldn't, make fun of my squat form.
Right.
So.
Well, it's good, but you just can't skip it. That's all.
Absolutely
you
not.
just can't skip it.
People will look.
So, well, no, look, I appreciate you hopping on, joining on the podcast. It's pretty awesome to have you.
Dude, absolutely.
So, and for you out there, Nicholas is my 18-year-old little brother. But Nick, yeah, just, I guess tell us a little about yourself. What's going on in your world right now?
I'm Michael's half brother, you would call it that.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think same mom, different dad. I'm 18, fresh out of high school. I'm going to Wayne Community right now, which is going. It's pretty wonky, but it's getting there.
And where do you live? For the viewers, where do you live?
Goldsboro, North Carolina.
Tell me about Goldsboro. What would you have to say about Goldsboro?
Well, apparently people call Goldsboro the most dangerous city in North Carolina. I mean, I don't really know, but then again, we grew up in the suburban neighborhoods, so we didn't really see it. But
then you go to like places like Durham or Kinston. You're like,
I know.
Whoa.
And then you're like, you sure? But it's probably where the environment we grew up in. So, go ahead.
Yeah, absolutely. So no, let's start there. That gives us a good place. So you're 18, you graduated high school. So obviously you got a fucking shit hand with your high school experience this last senior year, right? Because we had that little thing. China just killed us with a bat back in March.
Basically.
But I guess let's start there. First of all, what was it like? I guess so. You were in your last senior final semester in high school, and you're on the way to graduating, and then boom, coronavirus hits. What was that like?
It kind of sucked. I mean, it had its pros and cons. Like, cool, we got out of school. We basically just got passing grades. Like, whatever you had, you were good, passed. If you were failing, I think they did some revisions, but like, go ahead.
Do you remember what day was the last day of school?
March 13th.
March 13th. Gotcha.
I remember.
Was it a Friday?
Yeah, it was a Friday. we thought we knew schools and everything was canceling.
Not a fact checker, I'd check that, but
maybe I don't know, but I just remember it was a week before my birthday. That's the only reason I remember.
Yeah. No, and I know I was really sad about that because I was dead set on going skydiving with you.
Yeah,
and the
dude,
coronavirus ruined it.
It was open, but then they're like, oh, the weather conditions. I was like, it's bright skies, but I'm not gonna say anything because we are just falling out of the sky.
Well, so when they did shut down school for you back in March, did they transition to Zoom learning right away, or what did they do?
So what they did was, our school used Google Classroom more than anything. I've yet to be in a Zoom class. I've never been in one yet.
Really?
Yeah, dude. As much as other colleges and high school use it, I have never been in one. Except one, but that was like for public speaking, and that just made sense.
Right. What about your college classes now? Any Zoom classes? No.
No, not at all. So, it's online, obviously, and there's lectures, but
I mean, it's like what it is at this point, even if you don't use it. So
yeah.
But no, all right. So basically, coronavirus kind of wrecks your last semester. What was it like graduating? First of all, what was graduation like?
Graduation, well, there was a bunch of. The school came up with a bunch of ideas of how to go about it. The first one, I believe, was a drive-by graduation at the Berkeley. Not a drive-by shooting, no. If someone did, though, they would have a lot of kills.
There's more of those at Berkeley's and graduations.
Yeah, dude. Nah, but
who wants to do a drive-by graduation?
Dude, man. No. I mean, I gave him credit. I was like, yeah. I mean, with the COVID at hand, it makes sense. But
supposedly,
yeah. But no, the plan was like we all park and it wasn't just one school. It was like a majority of schools, like all together.
Oh, wow.
Well, no. It was one school a day.
Right.
You go, they go.
Yeah.
And the goal was that the principal would be on a radio station you tune in.
Really?
I know. I mean, gave him creds for like the idea.
I guess I'll give him credit for being creative and trying to make something work with a shitty hand. But
yeah,
I mean, if you really wanted the graduation experience, like let me know. I'll go get a dictionary and just read word for word.
Basically, that's basically what it was.
Yeah.
I mean, basically what all the parents hated that idea. Like they literally fought everything against it, and they got rid of it. And then they finally came up with the idea of, you know what? Let's just do it at the school.
Right.
But, obviously
But
6 feet.
Yeah, and then I wasn't even able to go. It was like 2 tickets per person.
Yeah, it was
they
2
were gonna have
tickets.
it televised, and even that one got ruined and like canceled because of the weather.
Yeah, it was the weather.
So basically, none. Nick, you got a shit and card with the graduation.
It was
thing.
a shitty hand, but we did get it done
Yeah.
the next week.
Well,
So-
let's talk more about your classmates, right? Like it kind of blows, and I don't know. I had this happen with me. I got laid off or whatever, but you didn't really get a chance to say goodbye to your class.
Not
I
at
mean,
all.
It was like, all right, well, oops, I guess that was our last day.
Yeah,
you
it's
know?
like, okay, cool. I'll catch y'all sometime
Yeah,
around.
no, you'll never see those people in your life.
No,
you'll
not
like
at
be
all.
like 4 or 5 years down the road and be like, that guy died.
Be like, yo, where? Be like, yo, he's in solitary confinement? Crazy. I
oops.
mean,
man.
I don't know. The only time I've seen people was that last day of graduation.
Right. But
And-
even then, I mean, like, how much are you going to say hello to them when they're fucking, like, dying grandmother and family, like the last person in their family's there clapping them on.
Basically,
Like-
it was. I mean, you couldn't even tell who was who because everyone's wearing the same thing,
Right.
and you can't find anybody because they're all wearing the same thing.
Well, on real shit, dude, the graduations are miserable. I can't tell you how many graduations I've been to that, I felt obligated and it was just, like, roastingly hot outside, stupid humid. Like,
Yeah, it
there
was-
I am. I'm like, man, I should sell one of those fans like they have at Disney World and make, like, hella money. But,
Exactly. I mean, it was a shit show, but we got it done. We got
Right.
our diploma, and we walked out, and it worked. And now we're here. It's summer. Was summer?
yeah. How was summer, the coronavirus summer?
Dude, it's stay home. I mean, me and the boys, obviously got together at the house, not in a public setting, because like,
Right.
What are you gonna do? Like,
Yeah,
you-
give your boys a shout out. Like, who the boys?
Yeah, shout out to the boys: Jalen, Cam,
Mm-hmm.
Vicente, Nick P, Brandon, Omar, Christian, Jacob.
I like Brandon. Brandon, thank you for sharing my conspiracy podcast.
Yes,
Yeah,
dude,
good.
thank
Wasn't
you.
expecting that. Yeah,
That's amazing.
So basically, summer. Like, what all did you do? Like, everything's locked down. Did you get creative and fun? Like,
I got creative, made one video with Peanut, the weightlifting.
Okay.
That's really the only thing. The only other thing I did was go to work.
yeah, And-
constantly.
And where do you work?
Olive Garden.
Olive Garden. Man, interesting.
I know it's
Have you seen the movie Waiting yet?
no.
Oh my God, you need to watch the movie Waiting.
What's it? Is it about
So-
servers?
So, Waiting is all about servers, right? And like Dane Cook's in it. There's a few other actors, but it's all about the crazy shit.
Oh,
and I
dude.
mean, so I worked at an Italian restaurant. It was, my first or second job in
Mm-hmm.
high school. I was working when I was like 16. My first one was Andy's, but I worked at a sketchy Italian restaurant. And
Was
I'm
it-
talking. Well, it was called
Iliananos?
Iliano's.
Yeah,
It was actually called Papettas, but they changed
That's
the name
what
to
it was, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Iliano's. But that was crazy.
Yeah,
Like,
dude, there's crazy people that walk in there.
Oh, for sure. Well, the thing was, my restaurant was sketchy as shit. The
It
Italian
was
owner,
downtown.
Yeah,
It-
it was privately owned. At least Olive Garden's corporate, right?
Yeah, it's managed like
Mm-hmm.
yeah, like a
But I mean, I'm sure like the same things happen. Like the dishwashers are probably fucking like
Oh,
illegal
dude.
or like fucking you don't beat you up or
dude. There's the whole. I mean, I can't say too much about Olive
Mm-hmm.
Garden because I guess they do fire if you say stuff. But yeah, all
Mm-hmm.
all your stereotypes about cooks and yeah, they normally go.
oh yeah. So actually, what is it? Darden Restaurants. I don't know if a lot.
Yes.
Do you know? Yeah, all the restaurants Darden owns.
They own most of them that you see here is Olive Garden, Longhorns. There's something called Seasons.
Mm-hmm. I think they own Red Lobster.
I think they do.
Yeah, I'm pretty.
But I don't
pretty
know.
sure if you there's always a Red Lobster next to an Olive Garden. So
There's always a Longhorn beside an Olive. They're built
Really?
together.
well,
Same-
have you ever heard of Fleming's?
No.
So Fleming's is owned by Darden Restaurants. It's like a higher end steak place. But yeah, no, it's interesting. Even like the other companies, like they all own the same restaurants. Like
Oh, they-
the
they
restaurant
do,
groups.
like-
no, for sure. So basically, summer though, kind of fucking lame. You stayed in.
It was pretty lame. I mean,
you know?
I had a source of money. That was the only thing I was worried about because I was
Gotcha.
like, yeah, my job.
right.
It fell, and then they're like, hey, we're hiring. I'm like, okay, cool.
Gotcha. And do you have a girlfriend? Are you dating or anything?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
Allison Kennedy.
Oh, nice.
She's
Gotcha.
she's a
So-
beautiful lady. She's
That's gonna be draining your money then. So
oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, well,
it's like
Not
at
too
least
bad.
it's like 2 steps forward, 1 step back. But it's a fun
Sorta.
step back.
I mean, it's we're pretty set financially. We do the 50-50 rule. We don't do the rule where hey, I'm paying, you
Right.
paying. No, we pay for what we bought. So that's what I love about her.
Right.
I love her, and we keep that standard. So
Right. No, I get that. That's good. All right. So now where are we at now then? So you had a pretty lame summer. How's college? I guess
College is.
And we're going to community college though.
Yeah, we're going to Wayne Community
in
It's
Goldsboro.
High school
So-
part 2 because you see the same exact people, and it's something. I give them credit for trying whatever they try to do. Obviously, in class, you ain't gonna get as much. Online, professors are having a hard time. They're like, "Damn, I don't know how to do this."
What do you mean?
Well, some of them backed out a little bit, or they. My own sociology teacher, he used to do our lectures every week and then just stop.
Right.
And I was like, and now I'm just paying for YouTube videos.
Are you really?
That's it. Like Crash Course, I'm just paying for that now.
Oh wow.
And the quiz and. The
Jeez.
YouTube videos don't even help me, man, because he's like, "Oh, you should read the book, not me." And I'm like,
Man.
"I'm not buying the book."
Yeah. Oh yeah. Let's talk about how fucking expensive those books are.
Yeah, books are expensive now.
Oh, like
I
what?
find my way around.
If there's ever a conspiracy, it's that a book's worth $200.
I know
Like-
that's it's just another way to get money.
Oh, I'm sure.
because it works. I mean,
Right, and I don't think most people understand, but like the cost of college like has gone up so much from like the 70s. You
it's
know,
ridiculous.
being buried between loans is not good. But I guess yeah. So it's your first semester in college. What classes are you taking?
I'm taking sociology, business law, which is
Mm-hmm.
very interesting to me. English 112, which I have a story
Oh,
about
do you?
that, and
Okay,
then there's the
gotcha.
fourth one, which is personal health, which is just basically just you
Oh, great.
be having a strong mental, physical. But no, the English
The
112.
bullshit class.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's
It's like
bullshit
the
class. Okay.
you have to do it, but it's the simplest thing ever. But no,
Right.
English 112, right? It started off with, what the fuck do I say to this? So obviously, at the beginning of every class, you do an icebreaker. You learn
Right.
about who you are. You learn about your classmates, but it's all online, so you have to like do a discussion board, which is
Right.
okay. I was like,
Well,
okay, cool.
and that was the one thing I was gonna ask. We'll get back to that. But like right now, like, have you met people at your college? Like, are you going to the college or?
I am. It is. They.
You're going in person now, right?
Yeah, it's only one time a week though. It's only.
Oh man.
It's only a Monday. They're next semester. They're breaking it down. You can go a little bit more, but
Slowly lifting the veil. 'Cause, I mean, and that's the thing that kind of sucks is like that's part of the college experience is meeting a new group of people. You know?
100%. Like
Like you're broaden. Just your horizons are gonna broaden.
you're paying to have friends,
Yeah.
basically.
I mean, no, that's
No,
that's a fraternity. That's
Yeah,
a fraternity
that's a
or sorority.
fraternity.
But
Sorta. I don't know.
you're
University.
getting an education at least. No, but I get
You go to you get education friends, and if you want more, you go into a frat. And that's
pretty
basically how it
much.
goes.
But you're not gonna get that at community college. All right, but no. So no, tell me about this English.
This
I'm just
English.
wondering I want to get what this looks like if this is in class online.
Oh no,
So-
this is online when this happened. No,
right.
in class, no. I turned in my assignment, and
Mm-hmm.
she wanted. She was like, what, like, who you are, what do you do? And she said, what's your preferred pronoun?
Mm-hmm.
And I knew she was, going to her like he, him, she, they, or she and her. And I was
Right.
like, I didn't have a preferred, so I didn't put it down. I was like, I'm default settings like he, him. I don't know
Mm-hmm.
what else to say. But no, she actually took like 10 points off because I didn't put my preferred pronouns, and I was like,
Man.
what the fuck do I say to that?
Yeah.
I didn't know if I should just go up to her because like.
Yeah, that's a little bullshit to me.
Yeah,
I'm like,
I want to be on the teacher's good side because like
no, for sure.
this is my second time taking the class. I was like, I don't
Right.
want to make
Yeah,
a
it's
fuss.
just like you want to pass the class and not cause a stir, but at the same time, it's like, what the fuck?
I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, dude.
Yeah, and to be clear though, when it comes to those like issues, transgender, gay, I don't care. I offer nothing but respect.
Yeah, I
you know?
mean-
gay marriage. I think they deserve to be just as depressed as the rest of us.
Yeah,
like,
I mean-
you want to do what you want to do. Maybe we'll like carve out the bathroom thing a little bit more, but like.
Yeah, I mean, I don't care about gays, trans, as long as
Yeah.
you're not an asshole.
Dude,
like,
absolutely,
it's cool.
and that's the one thing I'll say is that like there's a very clear difference between being like whatever transphobic versus like no that dude's just a fucking douchebag or like
Yeah.
he or she or whatever they or
Whatever
douchebag.
they, them,
It's
like.
not- yeah, it's not an excuse to be overly pious.
Yeah,
so.
but it's just your sexual orientation. But once
Yeah.
you start getting complexity, I'm like, dude, I don't know, because then
when I
there's
need a lesson on what to call you and getting corrected, and
Yeah.
it's one, and I don't know. I've been in a situation where, it's, for me personally, it's like one thing to be like, "Hey, I prefer to be called this." Like, "Oh, cool, gotcha."
yeah.
But-
if you tell me, but then if
yeah,
you don't,
but when
you get
it's
pissed,
like, "Excuse me, sir, I prefer to be, and then it's
I'm
like,
like,
I
okay.
sorry, like it just I don't want to respect it as much.
I'm sorry
you know?
if
you
you
approach me with respect, I'll I don't know. You can't. Who knows? But aside from the fact though, 10 points is pretty significant.
I know.
Like fuck that for an intro assignment, you're gonna take 10 points off.
I know. I mean, she took other points off because I didn't do the sentence limit. I mean, I was the minimum. I was like, I mean, it's
Right.
me. I don't know what to say because I was testing the water,
Yeah.
but now I'm glad I didn't because I would have lost a lot more. So
Gotcha. Seems like you got a taste of liberalism in the
basically
academic system.
they're teaching you how to be liberal, basically.
Really, any other examples of that you've had in your classes, or
Not really. Business law is just actually just teaching it. I mean, you learn about ethnics, but it's basically like, hey, treat everyone the same. You know,
Right.
if you're black, Hispanic, gay,
diversity?
yeah. As long as you're good at job, fine. You go right
It's
on.
getting a little excessive, I think. But
We're going way too deep into it. But
I know for sure. I mean, it just I think at the end of the day, it's the one golden rule, the one thing all religions have in common is just treat others how you want to be treated. And I think that why can't we focus on that?
basically,
But let's see. So do you know what degree you want to do yet? Because you're in your first year, but like you said, you did some jump start in high school and everything,
yes,
right?
it's my second year actually.
Okay, so you're technically a sophomore.
Yeah, because the
Nice.
junior year, it's like the stuff you did with one chest, but like just dim me down a little bit.
Right.
Like high school's like, yo, if you take college classes now, we'll pay for it, so it's free.
Right.
And like not even books either. I'm like, okay, cool.
Yeah.
So I hopped on that train. And now I'm like in my final year, sort
Yeah,
of.
so, but you're a sophomore about to finish up. Do you know what you want to do for your 4-year degree, or what you're going to do after? You
That's
get
a
that
very good
association?
question. There's the film degree at UNCW.
Mm-hmm.
But then I'm like, you don't need a degree to like produce. Like, you know what I mean?
But it helps. At least it's something that you
Oh,
want to do.
100%.
So like I told you before, my biggest advice is at least find something you want to love. Don't do a degree for just the sake of a degree. So
I know. Like, that's why I'm like getting an arts degree. I'm like, the fuck do I do with art? Like,
a little bit. And I mean, it's one thing if you really like art. Like I wouldn't mind having like a music degree or something. Like,
Yeah,
but
it's
something
nice.
I love. But at the end of the day, it's like, how are you going to pay the bills? So
Like I paid for a wall ornament. It's not gonna do anything. That's what I'm
Right.
saying. Like film, I'm like, cool. I know how to do it, but I'm like, how do I make money now?
right.
It
Now,
doesn't make sense.
Any video ideas, or what's going on with the video thing?
The video ideas. I have some. Jacob, our brother, he keeps on giving me ideas. I like them all. It's just like I just never put them in the production
Right.
because
No, you gotta make it happen. Or you gotta find like-minded people. And for you guys out there, Nick makes different videos. He's had viral videos. I'll maybe put some in the video or something. But
not really viral, but they're
they're
there.
pretty
if you wanna
funny.
go
They
look.
could be. I mean, dude, you had some go viral in between the school system.
Some
right?
went viral, but then I went back. They were just
Dude, let's talk about what video did you get in the most trouble for?
most trouble for it. Dude, there's the cocaine one, which dude, that principal. I think that's why Dr. Moore quit, honestly.
Really, man.
Yeah,
All right. So what was that like? So you made this like. Give
So
us a description of the video.
it
First
was
of all.
it was a book report, right? I was sitting at my desk and I acted like a cocaine addict, and I was like mid doing a line, and then like I see the camera, I'm like, welcome, yeah, back to the book report, and yeah, it just went like that, and like there was
Right.
like, I mean, it wasn't coke. I mean, I don't have,
yeah, obviously.
I don't do it. I don't have the money. But,
Yeah, you couldn't afford it.
Yeah,
like-
no, it's way too expensive. No, I just used flour, but then like I think it went to the principal, but my English teacher was like, props for creativity, but like I can't
unacceptable.
accept this. This is junior year, like high school. I was like, well, everyone knew about my book, so I was like, I agree, it's absolutely inappropriate, absolutely. But the next day in class, everyone knew about what book I was reading. So, and then the next, I never actually filmed the third one. I don't think I ever got to it, or I think she actually banned me from doing it.
What was getting in trouble like?
Getting in trouble? It was.
Like, how'd they approach you?
How do I pro?
Like,
Well,
were they like Nick.
there was the second video where we did the Salem witch trials, but you had to like reenact all the torture scenes. Jeez, have I shown you that?
I think I saw that one. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one that definitely got a lot of us in trouble. Like,
Right.
I remember I sent it to the teacher, and then like if this other staff wanted to see it, you have to ask for a request. And my
Right.
phone just blew up with notifications because the principal, other staff members wanted to see it. I was like,
That's hilarious.
damn. I was like, it looks like I got everyone's attention
That-
for the
that-
wrong
that-
thing, though.
Right. No, whatever. You still won. You
Yeah,
got the attention.
I was like,
they
man.
gave it to you. So and it's crazy, though. You got to think, though. I'm 29 or whatever. High school was extremely different for us. If you could imagine going through high school not having a smartphone,
Dude,
I
can't imagine.
Mom and Dad gave me I think they gave me a phone when I turned 15 as like a birthday gift.
It was like one of those slide phones, wasn't it?
Yeah, it had a keyboard on it, like an actual keyboard.
And that's it.
Like smartphones weren't a thing. Yeah, like I don't even remember the first smartphone until 2011 or 12 when I saw it in college.
Yeah, they started popping up a little bit.
But I mean, could you imagine how different high school is though? Like
I know, like,
could you imagine getting in a fight and like you just got in a fight and no one recorded it?
Yeah, like you just have to go off someone's word.
It's like I beat his ass,
Yeah.
and like if you were there, you didn't. And like that could go really well or bad. But now you have people that are just like
sitting like, yo, dude, check his ass out. Like, dude, they're oh man, that's the best thing though. I'm glad we have phones in school because
Yeah.
dude, those school fights were amazing. Like,
I
oh my
bet.
god, it was.
have you seen a bunch of school fights yourself?
I saw one right in front of me. These two black chicks. One was like the size of Mount Everest, and the other one was just like anorexic. And dude, I remember the small one threw one punch, and then that big black girl just my
Man,
haymakers.
it was a David versus Goliath, and
It
Goliath
was
won.
the best lunch I've ever had. I
Man.
was like, I was right there in front of me. I was like, dude, this is hands down.
I'll never forget the craziest thing I've ever seen was a skinny black kid who was gayer than a fruit take down someone like 3 times his size. Like,
Dude, that's the
like,
best thing.
It was a David Goliath story, and like David like somehow won like through and through. But no, I was always like in high school when the fights always happened. Like I always missed them by like like
like
seconds.
a minute. Like you weren't there.
Like why is everyone in a circle? Like whoa, this happened.
And there's some kid on the floor like, damn, I missed.
Yeah, no, exactly. But
I mean, you knew. I mean, for in high school, even if like you knew it was gonna happen, because that's another thing with phones. They set it up.
Right.
They always set it up. I'm like, okay.
Did you know what Fire Tire Road was? Was that a
No.
thing?
Is that like where you meet up to fight people?
Yeah, so that was
we
at,
did not.
Yeah, at Charles B. Aycock, it was called Fire Tire Road, and if you had beef with someone, that's where you take
These
them and
were
go
set up.
like And here's the thing is like people do it and like they'd respect each other more afterwards.
Yeah. No, there's no respect nowadays in
No.
high school. It's
Yeah.
a lot of online now, a lot of beef. But same thing with high school. You do meet each other in person, so
Right.
there is still some waviness in there. So I mean,
What about sketch shit? Would do kids party nowadays, doing drugs in high school?
Oh,
What
dude, of
kind
course.
What kind of crazy stuff? Like,
um,
what you have any crazy stories about teachers? Like, what's the juicy gossip in the last year?
oh, dude. Okay, so the big scandals at our school was
Yeah.
that 2 teachers got caught like touching like students.
Ooh, interesting.
That was the biggest thing.
What's these teachers' names?
Am I allowed to say it?
I don't give a
Wouldn't
fuck.
care.
Dude, they're arrested. They're public criminals.
Oh,
Who
one's
cares?
getting charged right now, so I'm not
Yeah.
too sure.
Dude,
but
yeah,
one of them,
absolutely. Who cares?
one of them's Mr. Webb.
Mr. Webb. Okay,
Yeah,
Mr. Webb, Goldsboro, North Carolina. I'm gonna look it
Yes,
up.
he was there for 1 year. I don't know the full story,
Mm-hmm.
but he did touch a student there, and the student still is like here, and like
Interesting.
it's funny because she's at my work and it's hilarious,
Man.
And like I had to ask her, I was like, "Is that the one?" I was like, "Dude, that is." I was like,
Man.
"Oh, okay." But yeah, that happened.
What about the other one?
The other one right now is on 3 charges of it. We're not sure.
Interesting.
I hope he's in this because he was my
Right.
teacher. But
Man.
yeah, he's Mr. Woodard. I mean, everyone knows. but
Right.
he's in some heat right now.
Man, so when I was in high school, there was a teacher named Mr. Person, and like he apparently he was doing some sketchy shit with kids and filming, recording, and apparently like the State Bureau of Investigation started looking into him, and he killed himself.
Oh, Jesus
Like-
Christ. Damn. Dude, there's
so-
some people, I swear.
Yeah, that was one of our scandals. So 10 years ago, but it's
Yeah,
fucking
it's
nuts.
it's just almost the same thing, just without
Yeah.
the suicide and or just
Man.
in prison. I don't know. It's high school was up and down.
Did everyone smoke Juul pods? Was that?
Oh, 100%,
Really?
dude. There's oh my god.
What about weed?
Weed? Oh, weed was around. It wasn't in school, but definitely outside.
Right.
They would all the time. Police would do like parking lot searches. Everyone had panic attacks. It was
Really?
hilarious.
Did they ever catch anyone?
Oh, absolutely.
Really?
Not
Interesting.
too much because some people knew. 'Cause, apparently, everyone just has a relative.
And
that's
anyone
a
in
cop.
anyone in your graduating class get arrested their senior year? Anything like that?
There was
'Cause
no,
we had a guy, like we had one of our people in my class get killed or shot. Like,
Oh,
and
shit.
I mean, just I don't know. Like,
we've had people that have had kids. Started
Yeah,
that
that's
already.
standard. That's especially where you're out in Goldsboro.
That's basically standard.
Well, all right. So no, high school is great and all. But let's be more into modern day. So
Word.
we got a lot on the table right now.
yeah,
So,
absolutely. Like right now.
yeah, like right now, the whole country is like basically like waiting for the results of like an STD or paternity test, like for these election results.
basically.
Is it going to be Biden or Trump? But so first of all, did you vote?
I did vote.
Okay, that's good. So yeah, I bet you mom like kicked your ass to vote, didn't she?
Oh, 100%. Mom was on me. Dad was like,
Do you think Jacob would have voted if mom wasn't up his
hell
ass?
no. Jacob didn't care. I mean, I don't blame him. I mean, either way it goes,
Right.
this America's going to have a fuss.
A really old guy.
Yeah, basically. One
Or a
guy,
Civil War.
Yeah, basically, I'm waiting for it. Well, actually, not really. I don't. I
Right.
don't want it to happen.
Well,
but-
right now, I guess we're up there waiting. Well, actually, we're watching everything on the news, and then there's like only 80% of the votes are counted, and just some crazy
it's-
shit.
And now the
So-
thing in Michigan, like, there's,
Yeah.
there's like just a straight vertical line of voters. Just, I'm like, where'd that come from?
And there's all sorts of videos that are like, oh, they filled it out with Sharpies and not pens. So I don't know, like just
Yeah.
so there's gonna be all sorts of nefarious.
There's a whole
shit.
bunch of things, and like everyone's Snapchat is a
but-
political standpoint.
Yeah, exactly. But how like I don't really care to talk about if you like Trump or Biden. We don't want to talk. I don't want this to be a political podcast.
No.
But the biggest thing though that is fucking crazy is like how nuts are people? Like, don't they look insane? Like as far as bipolarized, like and maybe it's different, but like you can't talk about this shit anymore at all, like whatsoever.
Well, like politics or
Yeah,
like bipolar.
By politics. Like I'm saying, people are so bipolarized. Like it's like
one side is right, one side is
right.
Yeah,
It's
there's
like
no-
everyone. There's no gray. It's everything's black or white. And it's just like
There's
you're
no
wrong.
neutral
I'm right.
zone for it at all.
100%, and it's just like people are down your throat, and everything's an offensive, defensive. It's
Yeah,
not,
it's always like, hey, you want to discuss? No, it's like, hey, I'm right, you're wrong.
Right.
And like, it's not everybody on each side because there are some people that like do like have
valid points.
valid points. But okay, cool. I mean,
Right.
I don't get into it because I haven't fact checked myself.
No, that's good. And in my experience, very few people have valid points. It all comes down to like just oh, he's racist. Oh, he's old. Oh,
100%.
He's got dementia, and it's just like, guys, like this is fucking.
It's like it's always
Just
the
pathetic.
same. It's the same thing. It's like, oh, Biden's got dementia. He's been
Right.
with KKK, and then Trump's like, oh, he's
Dude, the news is getting so ridiculous. But also, though, the other thing that's getting pretty crazy with all this, and I don't care either way again, but like all the social media, man.
Social media is the biggest part right now with just business. Everything is up there.
Well, dude, they've got too much power. And here's a crazy thing, and I don't think most people realize this, right? So, Bill Clinton, right? Bill Clinton.
He got top in the Oval Office. that's the only way.
Well, he got some head in the Oval Office.
Yeah,
at
and
least.
Hillary still stayed.
He
so.
did not have sex. Yeah, he did. So, yeah, and you almost forget at this point he was married to Hillary Clinton.
Yeah,
Like,
I
she
know.
went
Hillary's
off and did
like,
her own
"Ah,
thing. Like, but no. So what's crazy is that Bill Clinton, in the entire time he was in office, didn't send a single email. Right, the entire time he was in office, which is crazy, right? And
Yeah.
he got out of office in 2001, right?
Yeah, he got impeached, right? Yeah.
We got impeached, but he never actually officially got impeached.
Oh,
Right? They tried impeaching him or whatever over a blowjob, which is bullshit.
yeah,
but,
I mean,
you
that's
fucking-
like personal issues more than like
whatever. Yeah, but no. So Bill Clinton, the entire time he was in office, didn't send a single email, right, until 2001, and now we've got like fucking Trump on Twitter, right? So
Yeah,
like,
it's like
social media, like I don't think people get how big that an impact is made.
the fact that like Trump is using it to make like statements. Like
Mm-hmm.
did Obama do that? I mean, like
I'm not sure.
I mean, I was young. I mean, I don't
Right.
pay attention.
Well, more so than that, Trump is using it to make statements, and it's a good platform.
I mean, yeah, it's something quicker to get to the people than like waiting for legislation.
But how
Like,
about this bullshit where they're like trying to censor like the New York Post, or they're trying to censor Trump's tweets? Like they're like, I don't know if you've kept up with that at all.
I haven't heard about
So
that. I mean,
it's good. Don't depress yourself, but right now there's a lot of nefarious shit in the background going on as far as like
100%.
just what media is supporting what.
oh,
But
absolutely.
so you can guess like tell me what social medias do you use? Like what's your primary social media?
Social media to me is, well, it is, as you said, a great information getter, a plan maker. That's what I use. That's what me and the boys use. We set up plans through that.
Right.
We rarely just use straight up text
Right.
unless it's something personal. But if it's personal, I'll call you.
Right.
Most people stray away from phone calls nowadays. Like every
Yeah.
time I call someone, like, why the hell are you calling me? I'm like, it just
It's
makes it
faster.
better.
It's-
Like
yeah.
I don't feel like texting like a whole novel to you.
Right. Well, all right. So let's get juicy. Let's talk about COVID. Right. You know what are your thoughts on COVID?
I believe you should still wear a mask. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, like it's the best thing we got. It's like
Well, I'm not asking you about a mask. What do you think about COVID? You know,
like
do
the
you think-
whole like is
Yeah.
it fake or real?
Yeah. Do you think it's fake or real? Do you know anyone that's gotten COVID?
Yeah, dude. One of my
Really?
friends actually.
One of your friends got COVID?
He
Gotcha.
actually got the symptoms, got tested, and he had the quarantine, and he's good now.
Were they bad? Bad. was
Just
it
like
very meh?
fever, throwing up, stuff like that.
Nothing
It wasn't
major.
like
Okay.
Jurassic,
That's good.
but-
I haven't met a lot of people that have, but interesting.
yeah. The funny thing is, the only place he went out to eat that whole time was Olive Garden. I was
Oh,
like,
man.
crazy. And then we had 3 people get sick, and I was like, crazy.
Jeez.
And then I got sick, and I was like, don't tell me I have it. But
Man.
I'm good.
Right. Yeah. Just don't go to cookout.
Yeah, no, yeah. Cookout was putting straws up their ass and giving it, or they were doing some.
Yeah. No. That was. Yeah. It's a lot to get into with the news.
I know. I got sick, and like I learned the news. I was like, that's why I
Right.
Cookout.
Well, so I guess in between work and school, what else do you do? I mean, between work, school, and a girlfriend, like I guess, do you even have time? Like shit.
Yeah, I do have time actually. The girlfriend Allison lives in Greenville,
Nice.
so she doesn't have a car.
She
so
goes to ECU.
No, she planned to go to ECU when she got out of high school, but I guess life just took her another route.
Why,
Not
is she,
like-
why is she in Greenville then?
that's where she grew up.
Oh, okay,
She went to
gotcha,
South
cool.
Central, graduated. Yeah, Greenville's just been her home. She plans to go back, but she's debating on doing an arts degree because, like, cool, you have an art degree, but how do you make money off it?
Right.
And basically, yeah, she's up there. She works at the Olive Garden. She used to work down in Goldsboro, but I got transferred. She got a new apartment. Trying to get her a car, but not financially right now.
Right.
But that's okay. But without her having a car, my schedule, like meeting up with her, is on me. You know, and I do try to find time. I didn't go this week because
Right.
I was like,
That's a hell of a
One-
drive.
yeah, it's
But
like
it's
50
not too-
minutes.
It's not too bad.
It's
Yeah.
like going here from
Yeah.
Goldsboro, but
Right.
it is a trip, and I do have to prep for it,
Mm-hmm.
and like I do have to take about 2 or 3 days out of my week to go do it.
Right.
And I've been doing it constant every week until now. You
Mm-hmm.
know, I came to do this and just give it a break, and
Is she saving up for a car?
I believe so.
Mm-hmm.
Greenville.
You can get around Greenville without a car.
Yeah, she's been using Uber and stuff like that, and her.
It can get a little expensive. There's some public transportation though.
Yeah, it's.
I mean,
what-
at the end of the day, a lot of colleges are built like little mini cities. You know.
oh, basically, that's what Greenville is.
Right.
I mean, you just gotta. The only problem with like using Uber is what time you do it, because times you pay $26 for a ride, and sometimes you'll pay $10 for a ride.
Right.
That's the only hard part. But no, she's passing by to get with rent and bills. I'm happy for that. She's planning on getting a second job. I was like, yeah, get some
Right.
hourly pay because she works as a server. But Greenville, you know, as we talked about this earlier, you know, it's college students. They don't go to eat. Like Olive Garden is fucking expensive. Like
Yeah,
I
it can be, dude. Let me tell you, all you can eat soup, salad, and breadsticks.
dude. That's all you need.
That is the shit. Like that is all you need. Why
Yeah,
else?
like-
What else would you want from Olive Garden?
Dude, I know. Do not buy our steaks.
Yeah,
we
dude.
fucking suck at making steaks. That's the
Yeah,
one thing
let's
I'll
talk
say.
more about waiting tables. Because first of all, we got to watch this movie Waiting because this is
I
this is
am
like
down.
classic. We're literally gonna watch this movie
Dude, we'll
right
go
afterwards.
Order calzones and go
Yeah,
watch
we'll
that
watch
shit.
some dessert calzones from DP Dough.
Fuck yeah.
DP Dough sponsor this.
Facts. Hopefully, please.
But no, so tell me about work. So who's the biggest degenerate you work with?
What do you mean degenerate? Like,
Degenerate, like the biggest piece of shit, just
biggest piece of shit.
Nah, I don't want to say piece of shit, but now we don't have to talk about that.
Damn.
But you definitely work with some characters where you're like, whoa, this is exactly why I want to go to school.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, there's a couple. Not gonna name drop, obviously.
Right.
But
give me any stories, like
there stories. Shit. I mean, I work as a busser, so I'm the background character, but without.
but you're like the head buster now, right?
no. There's really no head busser.
Yeah, but you're the one that knows everything. Like,
Sorta. Like when COVID happened, I was the only one on schedule, and I was there every fucking day.
Right.
Like, I mean, I didn't work the morning shift; they just went without. But yeah, I knew everything. I was around. I don't know how to cook, but
are you ready to start waiting tables?
I would be down to, but they still need to fill in those busser spots because
Mm-hmm.
they're getting there. They hired a couple more, but we're not fully ready to like be able to switch spots like that. And
Mm-hmm.
I'm down. Other people were able to do it, but that's because they had different positions. Like host, we have plenty of hosts.
Yeah,
and
I
that's why
mean-
they're able to switch.
A host is like the most replaceable job in like the market.
Dude, you just
Like,
gotta have someone that can talk to people. Be like, oh, welcome,
dude,
cool,
barely
sit.
that. I can't. I've met so many hosts that were dumb as rocks.
Yeah, dude, we have some. Dude.
How about drugs in the workplace? A bunch of people in the
Oh,
Olive
dude,
Garden
hun-
doing tons of drugs.
100%. Not a ton. Well, maybe dude, we're in an Italian trap house. It smells like weed constantly back there.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of them just go off work, smoke weed, come back.
Yeah.
I don't even care because
Same.
I'm like they
To each their own. That's people's personal freedom.
Oh,
But,
100%. Like they
maybe sharpen it up a little bit.
Yeah, look, dude, I think they do better when they're high, honestly. 'Cause they just go. Like honestly, like it's the best thing ever.
Right.
But yeah, as I said in the Buster, you are the background character.
Man.
But
yeah.
I mean, if I'm not there though,
Mm-hmm.
we fall apart. So I'm like, we may not do shit, but without us, y'all ain't shit. So
Right. Man.
it's a tough, but crazy stories.
Yeah. Any crazy work stories?
There have been fights in there.
Ooh.
Not with employees. Well, there's been a couple, but like
Mm-hmm.
customers. I haven't seen them because I was in the back. But yeah, they'd be like, "Oh yeah, two chicks up here like fought," and I was like, "Where?" I was like,
That's awesome.
I was like, "When the fuck was this?"
Jeez.
There was the time where BLM protests were on the rise, and
no.
we did have to shut down early, and I was
Right.
like, "Okay," and I missed like a weekend of pay, and I was like,
Mm-hmm.
"Great, this is not what I wanted," but.
Yeah, that sucks.
It sucked because like we closed at 7. It's like, all right, we're gonna see what we can do, and I'm like, okay, nothing happened. Anyway, it was just a bunch. Like we got called in, like, oh, you better like get out the store. We're about to. I'm like, what the fuck you want? Breadsticks? Like, dude, we ain't got shit. Like,
You that poor?
dude, I don't want to fucking give them like. I don't even know where the cashiers are in this place because we only have like 2. I'm
I
like,
went to a Black Lives Matter protest. Like they had free food.
yeah. Then we left, and I'm like, dude, nothing happened here. They burned a pickup truck, and that was it.
Right. Well, so I think we can get ready to wrap this up. But I guess do you have any plans to get out of Goldsboro anytime soon, or
Dude, if I move out, I'd probably go to Greenville or here.
why Green? Well, Greenville here. Yeah, gotcha. I mean, how is living at home? I mean, do you like it, or
I like
is
it.
there any times that you getting a little irritated, or
The only time I get irritated is just simple shit. My mom starts yelling at the girls, or just
what do you
simple
mean? My mom, you're our mom.
Oh yeah, fucking Arma. What am I talking about, dude? I forget shit. But yeah, that's the only time. Sarah and Holly are now becoming into what we look at like on social media, so that's a little weird to get into.
It's a little weird.
Yeah,
It's
because
really
Sarah's
weird.
like, "Did you see this?" And I was like,
yeah,
"Damn,
they're all about their TikTok.
I know." And I was like, "Oh shit!" I was like, "I
Yeah.
forget y'all are growing up."
Yeah, I tried downloading TikTok and for not even 8 minutes. I was like, this is so dumb.
Delete it. It's
Yeah.
cool to make like content. Like it's
Right.
something like quick. Like okay, cool.
Oh yeah, one of my podcasts, we clipped it out and we're putting it on TikTok. And I mean, it was a good way to get views, but just like
TikTok is
all
the
the content I
way.
was seeing was like, wow.
Yeah, some of it I'm like, people thought this was funny,
Right.
And I was like, or they thought this was like, no, it's shit, and
Mm-hmm.
like, but I mean, that's with everything though. You go on Facebook, there's some shit, there's some cool stuff. Instagram, cool shit, and
Well-
then there's weird.
And actually, I forgot to ask this. This was on the board. But I guess going back to politics, I guess what's actually important to you. Do you have anything that matters to you? Any issues?
Like, not really. I mean, anything they talk about, like that's why I say I'm like I don't really care who wins because like, I'm still here. Like obviously they're talking about like minorities coming into the country, like our what do you call it? Like when you cross the border.
Immigration?
There you go. I don't know why that took me so long to think.
Right.
But stuff like that, I'm like, well, the only thing would be like the middle class, because like, no, it wouldn't target me, but it target mom and dad, because
Right.
they're suburban middle class. Like that's us. And like,
that absolutely is us.
but no, there's nothing that really touches me. I mean, that's what I was saying. I was like, whoever gets voted the next day, like, depression's still here, and like,
Yeah.
I still have a career to find, and
Well,
there's nothing to change.
I think we're gonna wrap it up, Nick. But I guess you're 18, you're on the way, you're in college. What advice do you have out there for the viewers on this watching
What
this podcast?
advice do I have for the viewers?
Yeah, what do you want to leave? What note do you want to leave on?
You have to suffer to succeed.
Have to
Like
suffer to
nothing is going to
succeed.
be given to you. You have to go get it.
Pain is success.
And if something is given to you, don't think it's free. Someone paid for it.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing is free in this world. Do something you're passionate about.
Mm-hmm.
Don't follow somebody just for their likeness.
Mm-hmm.
Do not do that. Be your own self. If they don't like it, so be it.
Nice.
That's pretty much it.
Good advice. Well, Nick, thanks for joining me, man.
It's been an honor to be here.
Excellent. Well, till next time, let's go get some dessert calzones from
Absolutely.
DP Dough.
Yes, sponsor, please.